So another Andy B 2-minute video, and it will come as no surprise that as an Englishman, I like a cup of tea. But there are certain rules about making cups of tea, and one of them is you need boiling water. If it's warm water, it doesn't really brew very well. If you leave it brewing for too long, it tastes a bit horrible. A perfect cup of tea for me involves a tea bag, a mug, some boiling water, and then some milk. Milk always added last, by the way, just saying. Now, we had a really cool kettle. You could turn this dial, how many milliliters of water you wanted. It would then filter the water. There's a tank in the thing. It would suck down the water it wanted to the millimeter that you asked for in 20 millimeter, whatever it was. It would get you the right amount of water. Then it would boil it. And then when you were ready, it would pour it when you pressed a button. Absolutely brilliant. Until it stopped working. Because what would happen is all that happened brilliantly, but it was not getting boiling. And every time we made a cup of tea, we would think, this just doesn't taste right. It's not right. There's something off. So we've actually got a meat thermometer, a probe. I actually put it in a kettle at the water. It was like 70 degrees, 75 degrees Celsius. 100 degrees is when it boils. This is 70, it's 30 degrees, 20 degrees, sometimes less. It's not a good cup of tea. We now have a working kettle because it was under warranty. It broke. The manufacturer said, choose a new kettle. We did. They've sent us a kettle. And it was a real shock when I put some water in the kettle. I pressed a button and it switched on and it heated the water to boiling and then switched off. Really simple, but a bit like sliced bread. When you first have it, you think, oh, this is great. I haven't got to cut it. In our case, for the last 5 months, we boil the kettle. It pours the water out, not to boiling. And then we put it in a stove, on the gas stove, on a saucepan, and we boil it the rest of the way so we can make a cup of tea. It's a bit of a faff, but you do what you got to do to get the job done. And if you want a cup of tea, it's got to be boiling. So we boil the water. Now we have a working kettle, which got me thinking about this really simply. Where are you struggling because something isn't working? Maybe you need to take a probe and actually shove it into the thing to see what the temperature is. Because you know what? You may be getting nothing wrong. There may be a problem somewhere else. And in our case, the kettle was not getting it up to temperature. Even though the little dial said 100 degrees, it was not. So where do you need to assess in your life something that isn't working right? It may have nothing to do with you that it's broken, but it's worth checking. In our case, meat probe into the water, having been cleaned, and we knew that the water was too cool. Now it's rectified. I can have a cup of tea, which is what I'm going to do next. Just a thought.